For a long time, coming up on a decade now, I have been the biggest fan of the Beasts of the Mesozoic line. As an avid dinosaur enthusiast since the age of 3, you could say that a line of well-articulated, super detailed, paleo-accurate dinosaurs is right up my alley. But the Mesozoic is far behind us. Now we enter a new age, the dawn of the Cyberzoic, a year after this figure first came out. I can't promise you timely reviews, but I can promise you some really entertaining and in-depth ones. Hey guys, GarrytheGremlin here, but I can't deal with that now because today we're looking at the Creative Beast Studios Cyberzoic ACHILLOBATOR. It actually feels a little crazy to be getting something from Creative Beast Studios and it not being Beast of the Mesozoic. I've had to stop myself so many times while recording this script where I accidentally started to say Beast of the Mesozoic ACHILLOBATOR instead of Cyberzoic. This is my first ever Cyberzoic figure, if you could not tell. It's a whole new endeavor by the Creative Beast Studio team, and it's basically reinventing Dino Riders, but with realistic dinosaurs. Because clearly, the only thing cooler than dinosaurs is dinosaurs with Wi-Fi. This is kind of the perfect line for me, no kidding. First, however, this figure was provided to me for this review by Big Bad Toy Store. Big Bad Toy Store is my favorite online retailer where you can find the best collectibles, action figures, statues, and more. I've been a customer of theirs for well over a decade. They used to include one of these newsletter cards in every shipment. I have over 20. Suffice to say, I'm a very happy customer. I've partnered with them today to make this review possible, so make sure to check the link in the description to visit their website today. If you want to get today's review for yourself, or maybe do a little early Christmas shopping, they've got this toy in stock right now. Spoilers for the rest of the video, but you are going to want to get today's review. Starting with the box, we've got this really lovely artwork on the front, and around the back this lure drop about a kilo, as well as product shots of the related products. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the armor set and rider to go with this figure. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Opening it up and getting this bad buzzard out, this ACHILLOBATOR has got one of the most amazing and detailed paint jobs, not just set against Creative Beast Studio standards, but from all the action figures I have. Look at just how many shades of red, gray, and brown cover his ugly, ugly head sculpt. Ugly, of course, in a good way. This raptor looks like if Freddy Krueger was a giant murder turkey. Historically, Beast of the Mesozoic designs have almost always been based on the colors of real birds or animals. This Eutyrannus, who's probably about due for a re-review, has its colors based on the stellar sea eagle.
Wow.
These Triceratops are based on a lace monitor.
Wow.
This Cyberzoic ACHILLOBATOR has its colors and designs based on a vulture. I couldn't find which one, so you know what, avian dinosaur enthusiasts, please let me know below. There actually is a Beast of the Mesozoic version of this figure with a darker color scheme, but this one's varied shades of brown and tan were a lot more appealing to me. It is a great design with some excellent coloration. The vulture look is such an inspired take on a large dromaeosaur. I love to see speculative dinosaur plumage like this. I also wouldn't have minded something like a speculative gobble under the chin, but you know what, it's fine as is. The details are easily the highlight of this figure, making it stand out among the rest. I really love specifically these little splashes of purple right here on the lips. It gives a bit of subtlety that's really appreciated. Same with the interesting white spots right above the ear holes. These are so specific and purposeful that I have to assume that they are based on whatever vulture species this is from. The only slight, teeny tiny, eensy weensy sore spot has got to be the whole darn focal point of the figure, the eyes. They're printed. That's really interesting considering that I've never seen a Creative Beast Studios figure with the eyes done that way before. I don't know, it just looks a little bit cheaper. Actually, it reminds me of some of the older Hammond Collection figures from Mattel. Many of them had printed details that could sometimes look a little sketchy. Speaking of Mattel, let's check in on what their ACHILLOBATOR looks like. Okay, great, thank you. Get out of here. Obviously, things could be much worse, and this eye isn't the biggest deal, especially when compared to... Ugh. The sculpting here is fantastic and really worthy of note as well, as it's the canvas for all this paint to rest on. I'm really taken specifically by the raw and cracked texture for the face, where skin seems to be bubbling and festering, or the tail, where each feather is sculpted individually and some extend out from the main sculpt. It's really fantastic. What's really great about this figure is the handling. No joke, I know, that's often the only complaint I ever level against Creative Beast Studio products. It's the curse of having extremely accurate dinosaur figures. Some of these idiots were built like pool noodles and don't work as a bipedal toy when made 100% proportionally accurate. Case in point, Dilophosaurus. As one of the few gigantic dromaeosaurs, Achillobator had some really stocky, thick proportions, which naturally lends itself to being a well-balanced action figure. Just to think, somewhere around 90 million years ago, selective pressures in the ancient Mongolian desert caused a polar bear-sized dromaeosaur to evolve to be really heavy and stocky. And here I am, millennia upon millennia later, talking about how that means this 1/18th scale model of it can stand more easily. The lore of the Earth might be the most fantastic and insane thing ever. Compared to most all the other Creative Beast Studio bipedal figures I have, this one is much better. No problem standing on the two legs, and no need for a stand or, god, even the alternate static legs. Seems like the design team finally worked out all the kinks in this process, and I'm really happy for it. Check this out. I mean, what more can you want than him being able to comfortably balance on one foot? Ironically, it actually poses better off the stand than on it. Achillo comes packaged with two different stands, the now standard adjustable one and the original Beast of the Mesozoic Raptor series one, now in clear plastic. The adjustable stand works pretty great, though I am a little wary of the clear plastic for the Raptor series stand. I've just had way too many instances of clear plastic stands snapping in my lifetime, and this one feels pretty thin. The oddity of having these two stands is that Achillobator seems to be able to stand better without them. Trying to put him on the stand is a little awkward and usually makes him off balance. He just does better on his feet alone. Speaking of feet, no, put that image away. The package includes this alternate set of feet, sculpted into a more crouched position. They're not bad, it's just that I don't really ever bother with them. It is that great extra touch that helps set Creative Beast Studios apart from other companies, though in reality, I hardly ever use the extra feet except while making these reviews. It's great to have options though. One thing truly amazing about this toy, and truly necessary for any self-respecting super articulated raptor, is this amazing articulated killer claw. It's made out of this rubbery material, so it's not actually sharp, but it looks so great and dangerous. Speaking of articulation, cue the music. It's posing time. First up, the jaw opens decently, though it's notable that it cannot open while the head is pointed down. The neck flap gets in the way. There's the itty-bitty articulated tongue on a ball joint. We've got 3 different segments in the neck, which are all very well hidden as to not break the silhouette. First, one here at the base of the head, one here in the middle, and a big shifting one here at the base, mostly covered by his beautiful fancy tuft of feathers. There's a really nice torso joint with a really impressive range of movement up and down and tons side to side. The shoulders can be a bit tricky. They've got limited range upwards and rotating. They mostly just function like a swivel, all because the ball joints they're on have these walls around them limiting movement. Now the elbows... Stop the music. The elbow is the only real problem on this figure. I haven't seen anyone else mention this, so I'm going to assume it's just an issue on the copy of yours truly, but these things are looser than a screen door in a hurricane. These pegs are seemingly not long enough, or maybe not thick enough. Whatever the reason, it's pretty easy for him to go for that limbless look, and man, that's not a good one. I guess it's good that they pop back on very easily, but it can still make posing him frustrating. The wrists are on a simple swivel, so they can fold up under the arm feathers or extend out forwards to give you a big old hug. The thigh joints are honestly very limited as well, pretty much just a swivel with maybe the slightest bit of rocking outwards. This knee is really tight, and I still haven't been able to get it to move even after blasting it with a hairdryer and soaking it in hot water. It's not the biggest deal, and I bet you didn't even notice that it hasn't been bent in any of the shots so far. The other one is fine though and can swivel and bend decently far. Ankle can hinge and swivel, great range there, and the toes can hinge and swivel as well, with a great range as well. Love that these lower leg joints are nice and tight enough to keep him upright. It feels good, man. Those toe claws we mentioned earlier are still killing it. No pun intended. Last, the tail, which has this short static section at the base, and then this really superb bendy wire for the rest. This tail is really amazing. It's got a fantastic range of motion, and the bendy wire feels perfect. Overall, it's not bad articulation, just frustratingly limited in some areas and really great in others. It seems unbalanced. Why are some areas like the neck or torso so great, and then the hips and shoulders are lacking? I'm not sure. What I'm sure of is that this raptor's size will impress you in person. For a dromaeosaur, this thing is gigantic. Here's the Cyberzoic ACHILLOBATOR with Action Master Grimlock, the Gary the Gremlin Council of Raptors, some 1/18th scale human figures, and most pertinent, his Mattel counterpart, the Utah Raptor? What, you didn't think I bought the Mattel ACHILLOBATOR for this review, did you? That figure looks horrible. No way. As for some Creative Beast Studios comparisons, here's the Pachyrhinosaurus, adult Triceratops, Dromaeosaurus, juvenile Triceratops, Dilophosaurus, and the Cyberzoic Allosaurus. Subscribe to catch that review. Compared next to all his beastie buddies, I think it's safe to say that ACHILLOBATOR has earned his spot with the best of them. Sure, there may be some small problems and oddities, but nothing that outweighs how amazing this figure looks and the immediately great out-of-box feel he has. A big thank you again to Big Bad Toy Store for partnering up with me for this review. Make sure to check out their website using my link in the description and check out what they've got. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching, and thank you for helping me reach 50,000 subscribers. I tend to make these reviews very far in advance, from the writing to the filming to the editing, and as a result, sometimes I myself get confused on when they're coming out. That's why I think I've never actually officially acknowledged in a video that we passed 50K, which is a really big thing. So thank you guys. Now, I guess naturally the next goal should be 100K, but I'm still gonna celebrate once we hit 69. And with that stupid joke, the video is over. Make sure to stay tuned for future reviews. I think I've got one on the McFarlane Toys Doomslayer coming out Wednesday. And once again, thank you guys for watching. Gary the Gremlin, out.